Welcome back to the Cop Doc. Liverpool's back tonight in the FA Cup. Starting lineup is Alisson in goals, Szoboszlai right full, Kanate, Van Dijk and Kirkes. Jones in midfield with McAllister sitting deep. Probably Jones and Szoboszlai will be swapping positions during that game. Salah starts again. Wirtz, Chiesa gets a chance. I think Chiesa's confidence is broke, to be honest. I think it happened 7 or 8 games ago. I think Slot didn't give him enough time. And some might say, well, he's not good enough. I don't know. I think there was a great player in there, and he definitely was a top class player. We know that from the European Championships. But yeah, he doesn't seem like a confident player anymore. And I think Slot took that out of him, to be honest, by not giving him enough game time, not trusting him, and you kind of see it. But anyway, he's getting a chance tonight, and Slot's son is starting up front, up top, Gakpo. So, anyways, look, it's the FA Cup. Every game is crucial now. We know that. FA Cup and Champions League is the only thing Liverpool can win. The only competition that we have a chance. Well, I wouldn't say we have a chance. It's arrogance maybe for me to think, I want to be winning something. But you spend 450 million, you expect to be there or thereabouts. And I don't know. I just think, I know it was only one season, but the way we went out to Plymouth Argyle last year, and the way I think was the cowarded out in against PSG at home at Anfield after bringing back a 1-0 lead to Anfield, and the way we played was disgraceful that night. We set back, Slot allowed that team to sit back and tell them, look, we're afraid of you, just defend, and PSG got a sniff of that, and we let them at it, and of course we ended up going out in penalties. I think it was, we're at Anfield, and this fella played so defensively and shit ourselves. So I actually don't think his tactics suit cup games. I think cup games are intense. They're a one-off. If you lose, you're gone. The fans, and I think Slot's style is actually doesn't get that intensity or get that reaction from the fans. Plymouth Argyle. Look, I know you can say actually that was last season, but this is where it matters now. It matters here in these competitions. So we've Brighton, and obviously we've the Champions League. So this is where Slot's. This is where he's going to be judged now at the end of the season. How do we do in the cup competition? How do we do in the Champions League? How do we do in the FA Cup? You know the story with the league, and obviously we're going out of the League Cup. So look, let's see what we're like at half time, and hopefully we get a run of games, and because we're off on now, as you know, but now it matters more than ever. Okay, talk to you in a bit. Liverpool 1, Brighton 0. That's the first half over. There's not a lot happening in that first half, to be fair. Obviously, Kirkes was a great delivery for Jones, and Jones put it away. He done well at that pace to keep it under the crossbar, in fairness to him. So, great finish by Jones. And we were lucky just at that first half there with Gomez. The Gomez missed that chance 1-on-1, and luckily he couldn't. He wasn't able to hit with his left, because he made a poor attempt with his right, and we got off the hook there. Not a lot happening in this first half. That was it. Maybe the free kick from Szoboszlai, where Gakpo put it into the net, but then again it was offside. But other than that, it's actually been nothing. Not a lot happening. But that doesn't matter. Liverpool are winning 1-0, and as long as Liverpool go through, I'll be happy. So yeah, I think Kirkes has actually had a good first half. On that left, and I think Szoboszlai has a couple of nice passes in that game as well. Other than that, there's not a lot happening, I guess. But anyways, that's it. Let's see how we are full time, get through to the next round, and sure, that's all we want. So that's it. Liverpool wins 3-0. Convincing result, and yeah, delighted to be through to the next round. Now, I felt before the game, as I said, that we're not built for cups, or I guess over what happened last season. I felt the way we went out against Plymouth Argyle and PSG. I just have that doubt there, but I'm delighted I was wrong today, because I actually thought Brighton would be a dodge for Liverpool tonight. But we're through to the next round, and look, it's one step closer to an FA Cup final or an FA Cup win, is what I'd love. Yeah, Salah was very good tonight. I thought Salah was brilliant. I thought the second goal, Szoboszlai, I thought was brilliant goal, great finish. But the touch was even better, I think, by Salah by setting him up. I thought it was super. And of course, then a penalty, and Salah, thankfully, since he came back, I think that's his first goal since he came back from the African nations. So that was good to get him off the mark. But he was still very good outside of them outside of that involvement in the 2 goals. And Rio came on, and I actually thought it was well, we all know now it was a goal. It was a genuine goal. If the VAR had to be there, it would have been overturned. It's a pity because it was a lovely finish, and it would have been nice to see him get that goal. But Liverpool were solid, and Champions League again. Now we're going to be coming up. I think Liverpool could be playing against Juventus, Galatasaray, Atletico, or Club Brugge. One of them 4, depending on results. And look, it seems like I've been negative because I often step outside myself and be looking at the videos, or I might have been too negative about Liverpool, but I just go by the standards. Liverpool won the league last season, and they spent 450 million. So I probably can be sometimes overcritical, but I still feel they're way off where they should be. And I know Liverpool won tonight, and it's not, you should be more positive about things. And believe it or not, I'm actually very happy with one, despite the way I'm talking. But as a whole, all season, I just felt the standards are not there. Or wouldn't say not there, but they're not where they should be. Look, it's great that we're through. That's 2 wins in a row. Gather momentum, and let's see where we are over the next few games, because as I said, these games, every game now is very, very important. Not that any other games previously weren't, but now more so than ever, there's no room for error, especially with the run-in for the Champions League qualification, which is the Premier League, and obviously the games themselves, the FA Cup and the Champions League. We need to be back in the Champions League next season. That's the difference of getting good players, the players you want in, because players, a big factor is Champions League football for them. So it's always important to stay in the Champions League spots, and that's why I had to be a bit harsh sometimes. But anyway, that's it. Great result tonight, solid, and on to the next round. And sure, we'll see you next week when Liverpool is back playing.